What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jo, and in today's video, I got a special video for y'all boys. I'm interviewing one of my closest partners. I live with this guy, ran gases with this guy, and I also went to war with this guy. A little bit about Shakespeare. He is a hustler, a grinder, a businessman, but most importantly, you know what I'm saying, he's a man of God, and everything that he does. And so I've been hurt with him. We both got injured last year around the same time. We both was on recovery, and we also talked a lot about business and entrepreneurship together. He's now getting ready for his pro day, so he's been training a lot. I think he's in Canada right now. All of his ads will be in the description. Rooting for him, you know what I'm saying, to get on the NFL team or CFL team. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get into the video. What's good? Welcome back to episode 3 of Why They Grind. And today we have a very, very, very special video. Today I'm sitting down with one of my closest brothers, okay? Shakespeare Louise.
Man, appreciate you for having me, bro.
Man, how you been, bro?
I've been good. Can't complain. How you been?
Man, hey, good, blessed. Can't complain.
Thanks.
Hey, let's get into this.
Let's get it.
All right.
Do it.
Okay. I want to start here because a lot of them don't know this about me, right?
Sure.
I'm Nigerian. Talk to the people about, you know what I'm saying, your Haitian background. Talk to them. I just want to start from there. I want to start from where it all started with Shape. Like
From the beginning, beginning. Thanks. So I'm born in Haiti. Moved to Canada when I was about 9 years old. So my grandma raised me for the most part. I didn't meet my dad until I moved to Canada, essentially.
Okay.
And my mom left when I was about 3. You know, they had to do what they had to do to put our family in a better position, so they had to leave. You know what I'm saying? So, but my grandma raised me until I was 9 years old, and then after the earthquake in 2010, that's when I was able to, join my family back in Ottawa. Me and my older sister, and then that's the same year my youngest sister was born. So grew up in Canada for a little bit, and then moved around, went to school, different couple of schools actually, um, and then I ended up getting a couple of football opportunities to be able to leave the city and go and get a better, um, put myself in a better position, especially and get a better opportunity down south. So I ended up going to Clearwater Academy, where I ended up getting a couple opportunities. Ended up going to play at Robert Morris University for 2 years after that, in Pittsburgh, and then ended up transferring to Southeastern. So I've been all over the place, bro.
Man,
Yeah.
man, okay. That brings me to my next question, right? Traveling and moving so much, especially at a young age, right? That
Right.
cannot be easy, right?
Right.
You know, I don't know how I would have been in a situation like that. So my next question would be, how was that, and I guess what type, you have to adapt to that as a child, right? So what type of adaptations did you have to make to be able to sustain that?
To be honest with you, I feel like, obviously first and foremost, I feel like God guided me through the whole journey because I wouldn't even be able to be here without him, to be honest with you. But for the most part, I think just my parents leaving so early and being that my grandma was raising me, I also had, I had a sense of freedom earlier on, and I had a sense of independence earlier on, which kind of helped me out. So wherever I was able to just, adapt. I think that's one thing I'm good at, to be honest. Whenever I get to new places, I can adapt to new cultures, and just being able to put myself in a better position to strive in different environments.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so now that y'all know who Shake is, I want to get a little bit deeper into football, right?
Right.
Obviously, that's how I met you. That's how many of these guys met you. So we gotta at least start there, right?
Right.
So the question I want to ask you is kind of, it's a two-part question, right? What did football mean to you going into college, and what does football mean to you right now?
For me, football going into college, I feel like football was a gateway for me in a sense, just to be able to, get free education. first and foremost, which is something that's very important for my family and for myself. As I learned later on, um, earlier on, it was just about figuring it out for me. You know what I'm saying? I started playing football ninth grade of high school. Sophomore year, I didn't play. Junior, that's when I ended up going to Florida to play my first American football season in the U.S. And so for me, at the beginning, to be honest, it was just figuring it out, trying to, obviously, like I was a hardworking person. I feel like I kind of knew what I wanted at the beginning, but it was so many uncertainties because nobody in my family ever played
Play
football.
football, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And
for me,
tell them about that. What did they play?
they played soccer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I grew up playing soccer as well, playing different sports earlier on. But yeah, earlier on, football was just kind of like just really trying to get my feet through the door and just figuring things out. But later on in my career, now I would say like football was just like something that God gave me to help me become a better person, become a better man, and just to just get closer to Him through many different adversities I had to face. Really, just football became a teacher for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the difference between early on and later on in my football career.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Very powerful. I want to have you touch on one thing you just said. You said the word adversity. You said use the adversity.
Right.
How, and I want you to explain to the viewers, right? How does adversity, how does hard times and that suffering and whatever it is that we're doing for us is football in this context, right? How does that suffering end up being a positive? Because I think a lot of people don't understand it. So talk to me about that.
But and it's so crazy because um adversity is one thing I feel like God give us to teach us many lessons that we might try to sometimes, like ego is a real thing. We might like our heads get big whenever things happen. So every time we just get success, 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 we don't necessarily like just learn from it. A lot of times we try to, it's just what's next. I can do more. You know what I'm saying? Or just things that pump our heads up. But I think adversity is that one thing that kind of humbles us and keep us grounded, as well as if you allow it to. You know what I'm saying? As well as just give you an opportunity to for more strength and make you better. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a kid trying to walk. At first, you're always gonna fall. You're always gonna fall, but you got to keep getting up. You know what I'm saying? To be able to start walking. Eventually, you start walking. You build the strength to start walking. So adversity is a conductor for strength. And I've been through a lot of different type of adversities, and I think that's what made me the person I am. And I feel like to reach your full potential and become strong of a person, you need to go through adversity.
I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? You can't become the person you want to become without adversity. So that's my perspective on it.
Definitely. Very powerful. Very powerful. Getting into just piggybacking up on adversity, right?
Right.
I'd like you to get deeper into maybe some adversity you've experienced with football and actually how, in the end, God showed you or put the puzzle together and it made sense and you was able to learn a lesson from it.
Right.
It can be at any time in your career.
To be honest, probably recently, my most recent injury, I tore my ACL this past season. For those who didn't know, I didn't play last season. Um, so that was a tricky period for me because honestly, I feel like I had great support. You know what I'm saying? But my family was away, but I still feel like I had great support because of the people that were around me, my teammates. You know what I'm saying? The athletic staff that was helping me out. Um, Going to PT in the morning, just talking to those people over there. Really just having different conversations. Really, the people is what made it better, to be honest with you. But also, it taught me to just doesn't matter what happened in life. Like you just gotta go the next day and go to work, and being able to learn from that. And I spent a lot of times just in my room, just reflecting. I spent a lot of times, really just spending more time with God and prayer, bro.
Yeah.
Spending more time on the phone with my family, which I feel like due to football and me being away, there was some kind of distance between me and my family. And I'm a family person, you know what I'm saying? So that gave me the time to just, you know, get on the phone with my family, talking to my sisters more often, talking to my brother, talking to my mom, talking to my dad. You know what I'm saying? Talking to some of my close friends that due to both sides being busy all the time, people having stuff going on, we don't really get to talk as much as we used to. But really just having those times to cherish the people that actually matter. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, man, just tearing my ACL this past season was huge for me, and just being able to come back from is it is a blessing. Like just thinking back, even thinking back on it, bro. Like every day I had to go to PT, learn how to walk again. You know what I'm saying? Like just waking up the day after surgery, like my leg is swollen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at my leg, like bro. Man,
hey, I remember, bro. We was both in there with
nah, for real. Yeah, you were there.
I had the meniscus. So,
you know, like trying to get up to go to the bathroom, blood rushing down my leg. Like I don't want to get up. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like the medication. Like sometimes I would wake up like I'm sweating. Sometimes I wake up, I'm cold, but then the pillow is like all soaking wet from sweat. So, bro, it's so many different things, and not being able to do things on my own, it make you appreciate every little thing even more. Just being able to walk, you know what I'm saying? Being able to do the things that you're supposed to do every day, and just do it on your own, and not having to depend on anybody else. Not being on crutches, you know what I'm saying? Like getting on crutches.
Little things in life.
Just the little things in life, bro. Like it makes you grateful for everything, and for me, I feel like it brought me down to being more grounded. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like I wasn't grounded before it, but it just made me appreciate everything else I had around me even more. You know what I'm saying? And made me see just the bigger picture of life and not just football. Because I feel like for a long period of time I was focusing on so many other things. Um, really I was focusing mainly on football and I wasn't focusing on watering other different parts of my life. Yeah. Remember we were talking about like just watering your plants, which is like other aspects of your life and not just football. So I feel like football was essentially my God, and um, just that injury just brought me down here, bro. It's just kept me grounded and put me in the right direction. That's why it's not something that I'll ever regret going through because it made me the person I am now. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely, definitely deep stuff, powerful stuff, true stuff, bro. Powerful words when you said at one point it was like football was your God.
thanks.
And I hope that if there's any football players who, if you're playing football, I hope that resonates with you because I was in the same boat. And it's because it's not like you wake up and you say, I'm going to worship football.
Thanks.
But it's more so that's your craft. You got passion behind
it. You feel some type of entitlement because you put so much work into it. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And then especially if it feels like, especially like when you're not really like watering the plants around football, watering other aspects of your life and pouring into other aspects of your life, that's kind of you feel like that's the only thing you have. Yeah. You feel like without football you're nothing, which that's not the case.
It can't be far from the case.
It's an illusion that you created, but it's because of all the work you put in and all the hours of watching film, all the hours of missing out on stuff just for football. Go train, go to the gym.
Right.
It's a full-time thing, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you also have to find time for yourself and really just trying to strive in other aspects of your life as well and finding yourself as a person, not as a football player.
Definitely. Definitely. And so with that, this is very powerful because I know that there's a lot of athletes that go through this, right? And they may not, they may not have the place to watch where they can get through this. How can you separate being, intentional, being someone who shows up every day and still pour your heart out for this sport, but still not lose yourself in all the other important categories of life? That's the balance we find.
Right. I think that's one thing I've got better at too, as well as I went on my college career, is really just structure. I feel like once you can structure your life and once you can structure like just your days, having your days more detailed, like a lot of times I used to use the excuse like I used to come back from training, I used to shower, take a nap, but then I'm like, bro, like I used to always use the excuse like I just have football, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just I don't have time for anything else but football.
Right.
But that was not the case. Like I was lying to myself this whole time. So I think it's important to be honest with yourself. Like the extra time that you have outside of training that you're not resting. once you have your rest, once you've trained, you got your rest, and you've done your mental work in the film room, bro. Like there's 24 hours in the day. There's so much time in the day, bro. Yeah. Don't set yourself short, and I feel like that's one thing like a lot of us football players do. Like we set ourselves short to only football. Definitely. We feel like it's either football or go home. You know 100%. What I'm saying? But I feel like that mentality makes us limit ourselves to a point where it's like we don't want to do nothing else. We don't think we can do anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's necessary to not sell yourself short to just football and just being honest with yourself that, bro, like you do have time to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't have. It's not just go to the field. I know some of us got class, but bro, like let's be honest, like we got time. Yeah, we got like, we got a little time. Like, you got time to, yeah. Bro. If you have time to hop on the game for 5 hours, bro, you got time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one thing that we've been taking away from ourselves as football players is not just that. I'm not gonna say as football players, bro. As people, as men. You know what I'm saying? As men, like we gotta be honest with ourselves and just you know what I'm saying. Use that time efficiently and just structure our day better. Even if it's like an hour or two a day, even if you can start with 30 minutes, bro. Definitely. Just do something that's not football related, but that's productive. And it's something that you want, something that brings you joy, something you always wanted to do. That start with that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just something to start with, and then you should go from there. Definitely, and I just want to add to that because that's it. The word structure. I was just talking to T Coop about this last night, and I was talking about my business, and I was telling him, you know, I have fitness plans, I have nutrition plans, right. But the thing that I sell mostly is structure, right? Because the thing is, you can do it, but if you don't have the right structure, it's gonna be hard to get it done. Right. Whatever it is you're trying to be successful in, right? Mm-hmm. So that's powerful, bro. That's powerful. I just wanted to take that. Now we're gonna get into a section of this, and I wanted to speak with you about this because you're also an entrepreneur, right? And this is something that men of all kinds are gonna go and probably struggle with, right? Right. And that's procrastination, right? So I like to think of myself as a disciplined person, right? Right. But I see, like I said, I see you guys. I just talked to B Late. I already interviewed Coop. I think you guys are some disciplined guys too, definitely, right? So what I ask yourself is, how do you train yourself to stay disciplined on the days where your body may not want to go? How do you train yourself to stay disciplined? How do you prepare yourself to stay disciplined? Maybe a better word for that. I think it comes down to your daily habits. Once you make something a habit, once you have certain things that you do every day, it's kind of like, can you train yourself to do that every day consistently? I feel like it's easier to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to, like, if you wake up every day in the morning, you do the same stuff. You go to class, you have the same routine. You know, at this time I gotta go to the gym. At this time I gotta do this. But then also at this time I have some spare time where I can do something like that's fun for myself or something that you think is creative for yourself. I think it's important to find balance as well. As much as we want to be consistent, I feel like it's good to find balance because a lot of times, bro, like it's not always just work, or mm-hmm. So that's really good. You know what I'm saying? Like balance. So you believe balance is very important because you know 100%. You got your guys out there who they think it's just no. Work as much as you can, burn out, wake up, do it again. You're not on that side. You're not balanced. Cause I done been through there. You know what I'm saying? I done tried that. Yeah. Especially like early on just to go back to the injury part, like I used to always get hurt, bro. When like at some point of the season I used to always get hurt because in the off season all I was doing was work, train. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hit the gym. I used to do 2 a day sometimes. We would train. Yeah. Go to the gym. Back training, doing DB drills. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's important to just find some time for yourself. Find some time for yourself, even if it's just to relax for just an hour, not do nothing. Yeah. Like, you need that as a person. Like, we're human beings. We're not machines, bro. Definitely. So I feel like it's necessary to find some type of balance in that aspect. I think balance is definitely key. Balance and consistency. Definitely. I would agree because I think when you don't have balance, I think burnout
it's just
It's
inevitable.
inevitable,
It's
bro.
inevitable. That's the word I'm looking for. Shake inevitable. I can find it. Thank you for that. Burnout is inevitable when you don't have balance. So I definitely agree with you on that. Okay, so Shake, since we're on the business topic, I just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You can tell them about your business. We should have one of your cap.
I should go grab one.
Nah, yeah, go get it. We go, yeah.
Go grab my cap.
Shake gonna go get his cap. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get right. Y'all gotta support the brand. Alright? If you're watching this video and you into sportswear, you into streetwear, or you just got some dreads that you want to cover up, Shake's hat is gonna give you exactly what you're looking for. Just wait. Just wait on it. Just wait on it.
Thought that was the free one.
Okay, Shake. So for viewers who have not heard anything about your brand yet, right?
All right.
Here's your pitch. Go 30 seconds.
So this is Revenge of Dreamers. Revenge of Dreamers is a brand, athletic wear brand, but it's a lot. It is also focused on um women's health and really overall health and wellness.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We do a lot of events in the city of Ottawa where sometimes we do free Pilates.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we do just events to just inform women about health and wellness. Sometimes it's just seminars to just things that can help them improve their overall
Definitely.
health. Because especially during winter time, a lot of times people can't go out because it snows out there.
Right.
So people spend a lot of time inside of their house. Um, it's limited to what you can do, especially if you don't do winter activities like skiing, snowboarding, stuff like that. You're not a winter outdoor person.
Yeah.
Um, so we try to organize as much events as possible, just to be able to bring more women in that space and just help them out. Because if you better your physical health, you'll be able to better your mental health as well. Because you'll be able to, it goes hand in hand.
Right.
You feel better about yourself. You got some work in, and now you know what to put into your body. To put the right nutritions in your body and to just
look good doing it.
Exactly. So that's what Revenge of Dreamers is all about, and we're still expanding, still growing, still looking to for different ways that we can better our just the foundation of our business. Just and we want to be more out there in the community and just attack other communities as well and just be one with the community and just go out there and just have a better structure of our business. That's kind of what we're planning on doing right now. To be honest, just looking for ways to just refine our business.
Definitely. Okay, Shake, I'm sold. So where can I go to buy this merchandise, Shake? Where can I go to get it, Shake?
Revenge.
You gave me one, Shake, but I lost it, Shake. I don't know what's that, Shake. So where can I go to buy this, Shake?
Man, revengeofdreamers.com, or you can shoot me a DM on Instagram at Revenge of Dreamers. And we also have RD Run Club.
Put it here.
Where we have all of our events on there, and whenever we do an event in the city, that's where we post it. RD Run Club and just RD.
All right, man. Hey, y'all pop out for Shake. Now, come on now. We ain't playing.
Thanks.
Hey, man.
Thanks.
Okay. I want to end on kind of an emotional question or a pain point question. And we can get out of here, bro.
It's good.
All right. Okay, Shake. So you done with college football officially, right?
Right.
We hear him. He's done with college football. So that means what's next? Combine?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us, Shake. Talk to us, Shake. That's what we want to hear about.
So really, when I go back home, it's really just about taking care of my body, as I've been doing. But now it's more of like I gotta eat better. I gotta just be more detailed and be more intentional about the stuff that I do to make sure I put myself in the best possible position. Um, Really just for my pro day, as far as my pro day, just trying to get a good opportunity, to be honest.
So give us what should we expect to see in the 40, Shake? I was gonna put it out there so all y'all NFL y'all, what should we expect in the 40, Shake?
Man, I expect out of myself a 4-4-4-3, bro.
Okay. Okay, and hey, I believe you got that too, bro. Shake got some
bench ain't a thing.
Got it.
Jumping ain't a thing.
Now I ain't asked you about nothing.
Right?
Hey, you feel me? That's cake work. Y'all heard what his genetics was when I first started the video, right? Come on now. Okay, this is. I know you just got done doing a pitch shake, but you got so much shit going on.
Right.
This is your 30-second pitch to an NFL team. Why should I draft or why should I sign Shakespeare Louise? Go.
You should draft me because I'm the type of player that's gonna make your whole organization better. From the locker room to outside of the locker room to the field. I'm a hard hitting safety. I got a feel for the ball. Um, Great motor. You can never have a question about my motor. I'm gonna get to the ball. Um, Man, I'm a great tackler. I have speed.
Yeah.
What else you need? I'm a people's person.
Come on.
I get along well with other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm good when it comes to adapting to new environments, and I think I adapt pretty quickly. So that's the reason you should draft me.
Y'all heard it here first. He's a low risk, high reward prospect.
Thanks.
Hey, he couldn't have said it no better. I couldn't have said it no better myself. Okay. Last but not least, Shake, for anybody watching who made it to the end of the video, we always gotta give them some game.
Right.
Is there any free game, any game that has been on your head that you want to give to somebody? It could be a Bible scripture. It could just be, hey, make your bed up. You got anything to say to them?
Be good to people. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like just being a genuine person will go a long way. And, I feel like we're put on this earth to serve God and really to just being good people and make sure that when other people see us that, it gives them hope. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is one thing we don't have in this world a lot of times is there's a lot of people that don't have any hope. So when they see a person, just no matter what life throws at them, no matter what adversity come their way, they have a good attitude about it. That goes a long way because people listen to what you say, but people also see what you do. You know what I'm saying? And what you do matters more than what you say. So just be a good person, day in and day out, and that's about it. To be honest with you.
Powerful. We appreciate y'all boys for tapping in. That's been Shakespeare Louise.